Hey everybody, how's it going? No, this isn't a DeWalt commercial. I'm building my own frag racks. I saw them online, looked at a whole whack of different ones. I figured, you know what, why don't I just customize them for my own tank, for the frag tank that I've been showing you. So got some 1/4" acrylic. Got that cut to my sizes that I want to do. I'm going to do 8 by 10 inch, 3 steps, 3 levels. So just go over the process really quick here with you guys. So got the handy dandy drill press. Canada, just a cheapie I just picked up. I think it was like $100 or something like that. I got a 1/2 inch drill bit and been drilling the holes. I just set up like a staggered pattern. Here's how the drilling goes with these things. This is the, should have it clamped on there pretty good. I should have another hand on the plastic itself, just to show you how you need to take these. Don't let it cool, it's going to melt. And it gets, you can tell by the smell if it's going too slow. Get in and out. To get that off, and I'm going to put the camera up so I can actually finish this without destroying it. So you see those shards that are sitting there on the side. They're melted and then get cold and they solidify and stop right there. So what you want to do with them is just tuck them back in the hole, and then you can just actually, once it's hanging over like that, then you can just drop the drill bit in and bust them off. It's a lot easier to do that than deal with sanding them off afterwards, or using a knife or whatever. Grinder, which I got a felt wheel on here. So this felt wheel, after you get everything drilled and you want to polish up the edges, you get into this compound that you put on the felt wheel, like so. It's basically like gives it a bit of a grip to polish up the edges of the plastics. I want to try and bring it back to clear and also prevent the algae from building up in there. So what you're doing with the plastic is just getting the burrs off, the cut marks and all that kind of good stuff. So you just want to be careful with the edge because it will melt. Keeping the plastic on the perpendicular to the wheel as possible. Get it nice and straight to the wheel so you don't get a weird edge. And then just taking those burr cut lines off. So after this stage, that's when you're going to go over to the wet sanding with the 1500, 2000, 3000 grit. You might want to go lower than that. You might want to go to 1000 sometimes, depending on how it's cut marks are. Creases of the cut marks. So after you go in here and polish off all the burrs on the edge, get it to that stage where you're starting to bring it back into a clear edge on the acrylic, you keep working it and working it and working it. Then you get over to this stage, which I've got one of the panels in here already cut and sanded and started to be sanded. I have used felt tips also with that compound on it, and just got a bunch of felt tip drill bits. Put them in there. They're mostly used to just get rid of the burrs on the holes. I'm not going to polish the insides of these. That's getting a little out of control. But taking off all the edges of these. But this edge, so basically what it was, you go to the buffing wheel, get that with the compound down, and then get into your really fine sands. I got a 1500 grit wet, is what I've been sanding it with by hand, and then go to a 2000 grit, and then on to the 3000 sponge. And once that's all sanded, it actually does give you a pretty good polish. You can see here. So there's the edges of my bottom rack. So they're pretty much clear all the way through. Makes a big difference. So that is the way I'm going to have the lower rack. I'm going to do stages, so you'll have the dowel. You can see how I've cut the dowels. Also picked those up from the same plastic dude. It's got 6 foot lengths. This stuff's pretty cheap. You can get it for about anywhere from $9–10. Canadian. And then you just cut those to length and then put them in the holes here. Those are glued in. Now, you don't have to worry about the glue in the aquarium because it's this kind of stuff. You're talking about methylene chloride. So pretty much what that does, it's the way they used to do it with ether. You used to just use ether to meld the plastics together. It pretty much just melts the edge of the plastic and melts it to the other plastic and forms a bond. I'm hoping that it's not going to cause a problem. I can't imagine that they don't do it any other way with any of these racks that you buy, so I'll let you know. But so I've got the 2 legs in there, and then what I'm going to do with the other dowels is make these ones longer, and they will be sitting like this, and then the second rack will be up higher, and then the next one will be up higher, and I'll run those dowels through each of the holes as it goes along. And get that on there by hand. What that does is it gives it basically some sandpaper, almost like a grit on the actual felts. This after I have used the wheel, the grinder wheel with the felt on there, which is a little coarser. Onto the 1500 sandpaper. Get that going. Now this is a bit finer than the felt. And you go from this to the 2000 after about 5 minutes or so at least with the 1500. Move on to the 2000. Same thing. Repeat. And the 3000, more of a pad, almost like an emery cloth. It's actually smoother than emery cloth. You wouldn't even think it does anything, but. And then that is that edge. So I'm going to do the other edges, and then we'll put these in the tank once I get the 3rd level put together and have a look at that. We'll get this thing cleaned up after all that stuff coming off it. We'll just spray down. Get all the from the wet sand, all that extra stuff that's coming off of it. I mean, after all that, I mean, these racks, when I was looking at them online, I saw them for upwards of $150, $100 at least. Get anything customized to the size of your frag tank, you're way beyond that, I'm sure. But so I made these to the exact size that I need. I mean, that's how the edges come out. I mean, we spend all this time and effort and money on our tanks, and we're gonna do something. Might as well do it right. So I also want to show you this too. Here's the plastic, the 1/2-inch dowels that I picked up. The rod all the way across there. Just gonna run this one kind of double, maybe 2.5 times as high as that post there, and I was just gonna hack something off here. Just use a hacksaw, that's all you need, and just get the blade started on a spot there. So I've got the grinder on here. So just for anybody that's got a grinder, bench grinder, you can switch your grinder wheels and just take these off and get these felt wheels. I'm going to show you actually what they look like. They're for make sure you got the same size shank as the unit itself, or you got to get spacers or whatnot. Just going in there and taking off the edges of that. Edge off. My mindset with this stuff is just more along the lines, you don't want a bunch of algae building up wherever there's any of the edges. Get all the cut marks and the burrs out of that. So she's getting there. So here we are. Rack is done in the tank. So there's the different levels for the intensity. You can acclimate them as they come up. And that's it. It's all sitting nice and even, level. Looks cool, looks clean. If I have fish in there swimming around, they'll be able to go in behind, you'll be able to see them. They won't be all blocked out. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully this kessel's gonna be strong enough to do what we need to do. Should be fine. It's pretty shallow water, so. Anyway, cheers.